If you don't love animals, then I'm sorry to inform you, but you probably don't have a soul. Owning pets is one of the greatest things us humans can pursue in life, and every once in a while, pets truly prove their worth and show us that without them, we could be dead already. I'm fascinated with animals, but what I find even more fascinating is the intuition animals demonstrate when faced with dangerous situations. And that's why today on Top 5 Best, we're looking at 5 pets who save their owners' lives. Number 5. Cat saves owner from bullies. Can you remember how much it sucked when the older kids used to steal your lunch money and make you dress like a girl and poop on the floor in geography class? What? Because I can't. That never happened to me. But we have all been pushed around by the older kids in our time as puny little kids. And the fact is, it sucked. Well, not for everyone. Ethan Fenton from Doncaster, UK was playing out in the garden with his brother when some older and taller boys appeared at the garden gate and began to taunt Ethan. When Ethan ignored them and continued to play, the bullies made their way in and shoved Ethan to the ground. At that moment, his Moggy cat Smudge turned on his Superman mode and he ran at the boy who had shoved Ethan, leapt and sank his razor sharp claws into the chest of the bully. According to Ethan's mom, the boy stumbled backwards, fell over, and burst into tears. They then got up from the ground and ran away. Ha! Little sissies. Whoever put the word pussy before the word cat couldn't be more wrong. Number 4. Cat saves family with stupid noises.
Whoa, what?
In Wake County, North Carolina, some stupid person accidentally left their engine of their car running in the garage. In the early hours of the morning, carbon monoxide began to fill the family home attached to this garage, as the family inside were fast asleep and completely oblivious. Prissy the cat sprang into action and woke up the daughter of Jeff and Susan Wild by making weird sounds. Their daughter woke up and headed to their parents' bedroom to inform them that something was up with the cat. Just after getting the words out of her mouth, the 10-year-old girl passed out from gas poisoning, and her parents realized something out of the ordinary was occurring. Luckily, their daughter had woken them up before the deadly gas had started to take effect on them. Jeff and Susan gathered all their family members and went outside. An ambulance arrived and carted Susan Wild and her children off to the hospital, where they were treated for dangerous levels of carbon monoxide in their bodies. Luckily, nobody died, but it's insane how much difference simply owning a cat can make to your own self-preservation. Guys, please make sure to turn off your cars if you park it in your garage. Carbon monoxide is serious, and if you're not careful, it could kill you while you're asleep. So just be careful, guys. Number 3. Cat detects breast cancer. This next one's kind of crazy. A woman from Newcastle, UK named Angela Tinning claims that her cat helped her discover her breast cancer. According to Angela, the Moggy cat, who is named Missy, always hated being picked up and cuddled, but suddenly the cat started craving its owner's attention and pawing at Angela's breast on a regular basis. Angela couldn't figure out why the cat had suddenly started doing this, but then one day, when Missy pawed at Angela's chest, the pressure of Missy's paw actually hurt her in a way she never felt before. Angela went to the doctor to get checked out, and when the test results came back, precancerous cells had been discovered in Angela's breast. Angela underwent treatment and was cleared of the deadly diagnosis, but 2 years later, Missy started up with this bizarre behavior again. So Angela went back to the doctors to discover that the precancerous cells were back. After battling with cancer twice, Angela gives full credit to her cat for saving her life and wholeheartedly believes that this was some kind of animalistic intuition in action. Apparently, Missy was nominated for a Hero Cat of the Year award. Number 2. Golden Retriever saves man from freezing. New Year's Eve is a time for drinking, happiness, and celebration. But for one Michigan resident, welcoming in the new year of 2017 was spent with his back to the freezing cold snow. After breaking his neck whilst outside collecting firewood, a man named only as Bob by the press was saved from icy temperatures by his golden retriever, who is named Kelsey. Alone in his isolated farmhouse, Bob went outside to gather fuel for his fire to keep warm in the midst of Michigan's harsh winter. Because Bob's stock of firewood sits just 7 meters from his house, he was only wearing a pair of long johns when the accident occurred and found himself injured and unable to move in -4 temperatures. John prayed for help as he shrieked at the top of his voice, but unfortunately, his closest neighbor is more than a quarter of a mile away, and it was incredibly late at night. Luckily, his faithful retriever came running to his aid. Kelsey laid on top of Bob to keep him warm and kept him conscious by licking his face. Bob couldn't call for help because the temperature had caused him to lose his voice, but Kelsey never left him for a moment, and she never stopped barking and howling at the neighbors. Eventually at 6:30 p.m. on New Year's Day, his neighbor noticed the retriever's continuous howl and came to Bob's aid. Finally, after 20 hours on the freezing ground, the emergency services were called and Bob was taken to the hospital. Upon arriving in hospital, his core body temperature was 16 degrees Celsius below what it should have been, and it was determined that he had done lasting damage to his spinal cord through breaking his neck. Even though he caused himself lasting damage and was forced to sign up for a lot of physio, he owes everything to a loyal retriever called Kelsey. Number 1. Doberman dies fighting snake. East India is a breeding ground for deadly snakes, and in July of last year, Dibakar Reta of Sibekapur village in the Gajapati area looked out of his front door to see 4 poisonous mountain cobras heading right for him and his family. Luckily, his Doberman, which was unnamed by the press, stood his ground and fought off the deadly serpents. According to Dibakar, the dog stood his ground against the ruthless predators for 4 solid hours and proudly defended his owners. By the end of this insane battle, the Doberman had murdered all 4 of the cobras, but unfortunately had fallen victim to numerous snake bites in the process of defending his family's honor and died from poisoning. In the end, the scene looked like some kind of animal recreation of the end scene of Reservoir Dogs. His owner commented, "I'm shocked. I'm shocked. He has made the supreme sacrifice for me, and I will remember him till our death. I pray to God, may his soul rest in peace." The village where Dibakar lives was deeply affected by this incident, and many of the local residents made the effort to come to the scene of the Doberman's death to pay their respects with floral tributes, and even held a funeral to send this hero on his way. What a video, guys. It's been awesome spending this time with you, and I hope that you learned something new and were wowed by all of these animals who saved their owners' lives. Anyways, hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe for more awesome, interesting content, and also leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Anyways, my name is Top 5 Best, and I hope that you enjoyed your time today here. New video tomorrow. Anyways, my name is Top 5 Best, and I'll see you at the top.